Hi everyone, welcome to Anti-Workers United. Today is our first open mic night. It's February 8th, 2023, and let's see how it goes. Let's have fun. Anyone who has any questions could ask whatever you want. Any project devs, if you guys want to talk about projects, take a couple minutes. If you have a presentation or anything like that, everything's welcome. So whenever anyone wants to start, if you guys have anything, let's get started.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for hosting this space. I'm the Fox. I definitely have something I'd love to talk to you about. I'm just going to be a couple of minutes, and then I will happily take the stage. But somebody else, please come up. We'd love to hear about your stuff.
All right, awesome, perfect. Go ahead. And if you want to share your screen too, and show any white paper or presentations, or you could do that too. So the Fox, are you going to be starting?
Oh, I said, yeah, I'll be a couple of minutes. So.
Oh, you said you need a couple of minutes. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's get started with this. What do you guys have any questions about? Maybe banana caps or trading, the calls. If anyone wants to talk about anything, and also the mods. El Jefe, Becky, Shishmish. If you guys just hang out here, talk about it, whatever you want. Like I haven't really done an open mic night, so just learning as we go.
So let me ask you about the last Chills call. Some of the guys were not happy, but that's the deal. It's not always 100%, yeah?
Yeah, but who was, what do you mean by unhappy? I don't really see anyone talking about it in chat.
I think someone just didn't.
And L3?
I don't know. Or it was in main.
Well,
yeah, it was a week, yeah. Yeah.
Well, so the way obviously trading works, first of all, you're not going to win 100%. Honestly, if you're going to win, or if you're going to make twice as much every win as when you lose, you only need to have a win rate of about 30% or so to break even, right? So the calls that we have officially posted so far, the average win rate is about 2x for all the calls that have been closed. It's about 2x or higher, and the win rate so far, we have 7 wins, 2 losses. 1 is open. So 1 trade is still open, so it could have been closed out for at least 100% or 1x win, but it's still not closed. So basically, our win rate so far is about 70-80%, and our every win is 2x or higher on average. So it's actually really good statistics. I don't think anyone could find any better results in any other call channel, especially a free one.
That's better than hedge funds have in a year.
Yeah, if you think about it, Sam from FTX, they have billions of dollars. They could develop any kind of algorithms. They have so much money, any neural network type of trading. And look at him. They were losing money. They didn't know how to trade. They were literally losing money, YOLOing an FTX, or Alameda trading, and then they had to pull out money from FTX to pay for all their losses.
And his girlfriend, if you can,
And it turns out that he actually lost a lot more money than just from investing from some bad business practices, for sure.
Yeah, they didn't even use stop losses.
Yeah, that's the girlfriend saying, we didn't trade with stop losses. I'm like, yeah, it explains why you guys lost all your money.
Basic math. We're using basic math.
They're basically doing what all the YOLO guys do on Wall Street bets.
FOMO.
All the apes. FOMO, yeah, FOMO and YOLO. With billions of dollars.
And he's still not in jail.
Well, he was detained by authorities in, where was he, Barbados or something?
It was Bahamas, but I think he got extradited, no, to the U.S.?
That probably did happen. I haven't been following it, to be honest. I really don't understand how
He's not guilty, man.
Nah, he's going to get something. He's definitely going to get something.
Damn right, billions of dollars don't disappear.
If he doesn't, he's probably going to get, like, I don't want to say it, but, physically injured.
It's either that or they give him a job, He either gets locked up or they give him a job.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They catch you, they give you a job, flip you.
Listen, he's too stupid. He literally was caught when they had a meeting for $1 million. He was caught playing League of Legends at the same time. He's just
What?
stage puppet.
That's absolutely crazy. I'm ready to go, by the way, whenever.
Okay, go ahead, man. Get started.
Good evening for me, good afternoon or good morning to you guys or ladies, wherever you are currently in this world. I'm the Fox, and I'm going to introduce myself a little bit before I begin. First, a little bit about me in real. So for 10 years, I have been a business owner in the entertainment and event sectors. I have 3 businesses in real. One is an entertainment company where we provide unique entertainment to corporate clients. We design all the costume. I do all the logistical planning. I hire the performers. I design the packages. I do the client liaison. I do the invoicing. I do 9 different roles in that. I also have an immersive dining business and a entertainment production company that services festivals as well. That went live yesterday. And I'm also an event manager and organizer, networks that have lots of creative people in it, lots of stage builders, lots of engineers, all of the different things you can imagine, really. It's been a really, really fun time for me. And I found DeFi around 3 years ago. And Shiba Inu brought me here. And then I went from central exchanges quickly to the dirty DeFi backstreets. And I bought Shiba, Baby Doge, Everrise, and stuff like that on the first day. I did quite well. I did very well. But I found that there was a lot of bad practice, because if you start a token, you are the head of an asset. Now, to me, that means that you're the head of a business. And a lot of these people have no business knowledge. They have no market research. They've got no experience, and they have no ability to even think of an original name for their brand. They go with an Inu copy or Rug Me Daddy this or whatever. It's absolutely terrible. And it's hilarious, to be honest. And I spent quite a lot of years with my lounge. I ended up just making sure that anyone that came in, I tore their projects apart. Because if you see a weak link in information, that is a sign that they didn't put their effort into it. And you can mostly see that with roadmaps. A lot of people have like 10 different things on stage 1, but stage 3 to 4, it includes things like 50 million market cap, CMC. I mean, that's just basic marketing goals, but there's nothing which is backing up them getting there. And that's how I got into this space. I made a lot of friends, and I also have a project myself, which is why I'm here. So I had a project on the BSC that launched in September 2020. It lasted for 6 months in total, and it went from 1K to 200K. We were called Pugsy Malone. And now I don't really view that as an accomplishment because it died. Now, anyone that says, oh, I've achieved this before, I'm like, great, you achieved nothing because your business failed. Like, it's not something to brag about. Oh, look, we did this and then we died. Congratulations, buddy. Well done. Have an orange. So we spent a year on development, and we're a poker platform, essentially. We have a working product that Neil produced 200 NFTs for, and I'll get to that in a minute. Our poker platform is fully functioning. We accept play money. We accept Red Light LC, and our poker platform is built on the Red Light chain. Red Light chain, by the way, is a gasless blockchain that launched 1 year ago as of yesterday. And they're a fantastic team. We're in meetings with them to have a potential partnership. We should be entering that room any day now. And I cannot say that we have confirmed it because we haven't ironed out the details, but we are working on it. And basically, why are we going to succeed as a poker platform is the most important question. So poker needs to be fun. I've played poker since I was about 15. I'm 29, by the way. I've played online tournaments. I've played cash games. I've played with my friends in smoky rooms for years when we all have a bit of fun. And I made a lot of money. And I made a lot of friends. And I had a lot of fun. And that's the main thing about our platform. It's fun. We've got a good community behind us. We have about 400 people at the moment. We took a private sale of about 30K to be able to produce our platform. And we also have Trinos as our smart contract developer when we go with our red light chain, if we get our deal. Otherwise, we'll be on ETH. So our poker platform has a lot of revenue streams that will enable us to reward the people that have supported us for this long. Number one, we take a 5% rake from each hand. That rake is broken down into 5 sections of spending. 1% goes to our all-in protocol, where people can lock up their tokens up to 2% of the supply and then receive dividends monthly from the revenue stream that is made from the rake of that platform. And we have 10 partners that are already ready to onboard to the platform and play games. So that rake is going to start filling up quite quickly. So that's one section of spending. We're going to be using a couple more. One for project development and free roll tournaments so we can reward people with more prizes. We'll have lots of regular free roll tournaments available so people can earn free money right then and there. You don't need to mess about or anything. You don't need to put anything in. You could just come and earn and play games and have fun and make friends. So our other sections of spending, one of them goes into operations to be able to pay for all of our staff because everyone needs to be paid for the services they do, the mods, the admins, the production team, the outreach team, the marketing team, the branding, the artists like Neil friggin' Diamond Hands who made our beautiful collection. And I will share some images of those in the chat with you. But I'm not.
You might have to, actually, let me go to the permissions. Send media.
Thank you so much.
It's photos, right?
Yeah, it's photos.
Okay, cool. Should be able to do it now.
Thank you ever so much. So our rake will be used to be able to reward our holders. Now, just for an example, a rake is just the amount that is taken from each hand. So if Chad and Karen had a $1,000 hand, 1% of that, which would be $10, would go into the all-in vault, which isn't a lot of money. But if you imagine that there's hundreds of people playing hundreds of hands at the same time, hundreds of hands a minute, that's a lot of money that starts to make up. Now, PokerStars in 2019, in the first 3 months of...
By the way, you kind of got muffled.
Sorry, buddy.
You guys better now.
Thank you so much for telling me that. So PokerStars in 2019 grossed, in the first 3 months of business, a total of $333 million. They had 15,000 daily players in total. We don't have anywhere near those numbers, and I won't try and pretend that we do, but we do have people that are playing our platform, find it fun, and professional poker players that are on our tables at the moment as well. So our other revenue streams, we can integrate tokens into our platform. So we currently accept RedLC. We'll be accepting ETH and BNB very shortly, but we can also integrate your project's token. We can run tournaments for your project. We can make themed rooms with your branding on our platform. We integrate NFTs into our platform, so the NFT series that we have can be used as playable characters as well. And we also rent private rooms to whales and high-stakes rollers, and we'll offer on-site branding and marketing for anyone that wants to utilize our space. So our NFT collection is also a revenue stream. We have 200 characters in total, and those characters were produced by the amazing Neil friggin' Diamond Hands. So in that 200 collection, if you buy one, it's $200. They haven't been launched yet, but they have been created. Why do you want to buy one of these NFTs? Because if you have one of these NFTs, you will be able to access our exclusive NFT series free roll tournaments, which will range between $500 to $2,000 each month. So you can earn your money back very quickly. No one else will be able to access this utility besides the people that hold them. So essentially, you can view your purchase of that NFT as a ticket to a poker tournament free roll every month, just exclusively available to 200 people. And we have a few other revenue streams available. The all-in vault, for example, I briefly touched over that. But if you lock up 2% of your tokens, then you can get access to up to 2% of the tokens. Then you can get access to the amount of dividends that you have in relation to your holdings of the entire vault. So if only one person puts in, then they're going to get 100%. But if there's 100 people that have put in with 2%, then they're all going to get 1% of that 1%, which may not be a lot at the beginning, but it will be a lot as people come and play more. We're going to try and get a few $1,000s in there before we go live with our all-in vault, so that should incentivize people to come and play. We've got a lot more going on, by the way. Like, as I said earlier, I'm an event manager, and I'm going to organize in-real poker tournaments. I'm a director of a project in the UK called the NFT Project. It's a trademarked LLC that is legally allowed to publish tokenized events in real and in the metaverse. So there won't be any liability issues there. And setting up a poker tournament in production terms is really, really easy. It's like hiring a venue, hiring tables, croupiers, advertising it. And that's when we're really going to bring in a lot of more Web 2.0 people and people that play poker. There's a 2.2 million total audience around the world that like poker and cryptocurrency. And that's the market we can access. 15,000, that's quite possible. It will take time, but time is fine, and we're here to build, and we're going to keep going either way. We also want to do a VR poker room as well, and we are in discussion with a couple of people about partnering for that, but I'm holding out to find the best possible option with the highest quality and the most likely to be successful long-term as well. That's a bit about us. That's a bit about me. I need to go onto my backup account to be able to send you information into this chat because I can't do it on this main account, and I do apologize. Please feel free to ask me any questions at all. Let us know what you think about the whole ecosystem. And yeah, I'm happy to answer anything at all.
All right, perfect. Yeah, we're just waiting if you could send us the the website and all that info. That'd be good. So what stage are you guys at right now with because I kind of skipped over the first part with all the DMs I had to get through while you were talking about what stage are you at right now?
The poker platform is in beta stage. We are that's live. Red LC, which is the native currency of Red Light Chain, is currently accepted on our platform, as well as Play Money. We're also onboarding ETH and BNB to be able to partner with projects on other chains. We are in talks with Red Light blockchain themselves for a direct partnership, and we should be entering the room any second. I'm just waiting for that link at the moment. Our NFT collection is produced and ready to go. Our smart contract is being produced by Trinos. That has been paid. That was paid 8 months ago. He's ready to go ahead. Our website, I will send you in a second so you can view the platform, sit down, have a little play. Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. We've just been waiting to secure this partnership for since September. So we're really excited. Really excited.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And is there any info about like pre-sales, private sales, just any of that?
Could you please give me permissions on my backup account that I've just joined with for sending documents, so I can send you the light paper, and so I can send you the link of the poker website and the images?
Okay, yeah. 1 second.
Thanks, buddy. So the private sale was a total of 28.5K. That's filled. We're running a seed sale next exclusively for people that are in our private, in the Red Light community, and people that are in our Telegram community as well. We're going to run that between 15 to 20,000. We'll be minting our NFTs just prior to launch, so you can access the NFT poker series. And we are working on getting a final developer for our all-in vault. That is still in production.
Okay, perfect. By the way, yeah, you got the permission, so you could forward all the information.
Thank you so much, buddy. Okay, coming up. is first the NFTs for you to all have a look at, made by Neil friggin' Diamond Hands himself. And next, I shall send you the light paper to be able to scrutinize and ask me all of the tough questions.
I don't know if we're going to get much questions, though, because this is more of like just open mic. So, community, any questions? Because we have to really dig into it. I feel like in a real like a formal AMA for this project. It seems like you got a pretty big project, like a serious type of project with NFTs. NFTs look great, by the way. But yeah, guys, if you anyone here in the community, if you guys have any questions or any comments, just feel free to speak up whenever you want.
Yeah, that's our poker platform, by the way. You can click. You don't need to make an account. You can just sit down and play right now. And I am just getting you the light paper as well. And I should be able to send that to you now.
I guess the big thing with gambling and crypto, we've seen so many projects, right? That had poker or gambling, casino, online casino, crypto. We had like probably 10 AMAs or so just specifically on gambling and casino type project. And I don't even know if any of them are still around, to be honest. So I'm just kind of curious. I know you seem like you definitely like a good guy, like you know what you're talking about. So what would be like the biggest, I would say, the difference between you guys and just like every other poker or casino project?
Well, number one, the ecosystem, the amount of time that we spent developing it to make sure it's a true business model and not based on bullshit, not reliant on taxation, not promising a platform later on which they're gonna make and gonna produce, and do they ever? Ours is ready to go right now. You can sit down and play as you want. We can set up tournaments, more rooms at the click of a finger. It takes me minutes. What makes us different? The fun, the community, the fact that we actually play poker, the fact that we know how to connect with other people in the space and sell ourselves and bring them on board to come and play games. People see the value in us giving them 50% of the rake for their community tables to run more giveaways, run more competitions, monetize themselves even more revenue streams for them and more revenue streams for us. But it's not just about the money. It's about the game. It's about the fun. And we really focus on that. We've got loads of people that are ready to play and we're ready to go ourselves. So I guess the main difference is that whereas hundreds of poker projects have launched in the past and died, we actually have an outreach team ready to go that are ready to go and contact people like Shinja. We've got a personal friend who's close with their team and lots of big ETH projects and other people, so they're going to come and have community engagement, and then that's more rake on our tables, and then that's more rake that's going to be on the platform available to our community to be able to be rewarded passively over time as we keep working on bringing more people to play the game, as we launch the in real poker tournaments, which is really within my grasp. It's not out of my expertise or comfort zone whatsoever. It's easy, to be honest, and that's what will bring much more attention. Have you ever heard of there's a 10K poker tournament that you can get involved in for free and it's sponsored by cryptocurrency? I haven't. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of things which will make us a bit more recognizable. But the main thing is partnering with a blockchain. Yes, they're young. They've only been around a year, but they're gasless. And they've got a lot of backing. Because gasless enables you to send your transactions and your processes and whatever you need without the cost. So that makes it really viable for corporate bodies to come in and get involved because they do want to utilize blockchain technology. But paying for gas every single day, that's not very useful to a medical facility, for example, or other sectors which could utilize it. So I think there's a lot we have going for us, and we want to partner with a blockchain because we'll get access to their community. because they are strong partners. They're good friends of ours that have pushed themselves, and they will keep pushing themselves. And I met them in London in person to have one of the meetings at the London Blockchain Expo. It was a tech expo, but it also had blockchain involved. I met some very interesting people, and I saw how hard they're grinding, and I am more than happy to be a part of that vision. And I believe that if we help them, they will help us, and therefore, longevity-wise, we'll be here to stay, no matter what.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. I love the fact that you're basically calling out the same way we have, all these other projects where most of the, crypto space, it's all about promises. It's just promises. They don't have anything. And a lot of these projects are starting in the hopes of using investor funds to even build anything. They don't have any skin in the game. And that's one of the big reasons why they fail. And we like projects where the devs themselves either have a finished project or a product because they put their own money in to put their own time in to develop it. Or, like they had, private sale like for a year and they used it and they're, been working for a long time. Not just a cash grab, like, oh yeah, we'll be delivering this XYZ roadmap 1 year later, but they have nothing to show for it, which doesn't separate them from anyone else, because that's just basically what everyone is. Anyone could promise you something, but not everyone could actually deliver on those promises. But I think we have some more guys waiting to speak. So if anyone has any questions right now, real quickly, before we move on to the next one. If not, maybe till at the end, if there's any questions, we could save the rest of them till the end. So does anyone actually have any questions right now for the Fox?
Don't be shy now. Well, in that case,
yeah, I have a question. What is that? Do you have? You said something about gambling, right? You have a website with it?
Yeah, here you go. I will post it in the chat right now for you.
Yeah, he posted it before. It's poker.pugsypoker.net, right?
Correct, it's right there. So I'll click on it right now. It's loading. Got a nice little black background.
What is the percentage that people win?
Percentage of cash games, however much percentage you manage to win from the other players.
Yeah. Because normally it's like 98% losses or more, right?
No, this is poker,
brother. Brother. Like that, it entirely depends on your game.
Well, I think what he meant is what does the house take or the website versus, for example, if the pod is like 10K, one player is not going to win all 10K, right? House usually takes 5%.
No. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, it's 5%.
Okay.
But it's only poker.
Yeah, you're playing against other players. It's not like you're playing the slot machine.
Yeah. I was talking about the slot machine. Okay. It's only poker. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we often know other games. We just like Texas Hold'em. We just play poker. That's our jam. That's what we're about.
Okay.
That's what we're focusing on.
Because definitely slot machines themselves are definitely in the real world and crypto too. They're definitely a scam.
More like scam
That's why
machines.
casinos have them, because they're gonna scam you of your money.
Scam machines.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next up, I believe we have two guys waiting. We have Bogdan from ADO Network that wants to talk, and also LaunchShield. So let's go with LaunchShield. Foliesh, are you ready?
Yeah. Hey guys, you alright? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome to Henry Ruggers.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Good to see you guys around, and it's only been recent where I've joined your chat, so it seemed, apart from the Bible, which has been a bit of a nightmare, flicking through things, it's been quite nice to see, what you guys are up to in the community. So yeah, I think I joined the chat about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, the buy bot. Basically, we're working on a buy bot, and we're offering like a paid promotion instead of like a pin post. Someone could buy a buy bot for like say 3 days, and we'll install their project into our group. But we're going to be limiting it to like certain buys, like certain let's say over $100, certain amount. But this project, they've been getting big buys anyway, so it's like there's not much I can do, But it just shows that project has a lot of volume, so it's working as intended.
Perfect. Yeah, when I saw it, did I? I saw it definitely. So definitely did something. But yeah, guys, I'm not sure if you know about LaunchShield much already. I'm sure that a few of you have seen it, maybe participated in a launch or two. We've been around since last August, continuing to like improve what we do. And our whole protocol is about creating launches which are free of bots, snipers, and multi-wallets through seamless verification, which means that you jump onto a link that we provide and you buy with your wallet. If you've got another wallet set up to copy trade, that is not going to work. Do you want me to give a breakdown? Do you want to ask any? Is there anything that you know about LaunchShield already? Do you want me to give a breakdown of how it works a little bit more?
Yeah, you can just give a background because most people probably have no idea.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, LaunchShield is a protocol where a project who's launching, one of the biggest problems in this space is bots and snipers, multi-wallets, especially on launches. You must hear like, "Oh, just wait for the dip," because if you're not a sniper, you're not going to get a good entry, and it's true. If you're buying a standard launch, you're not going to get a good entry because it's going to get sniped, especially if it's hyped. Now, what our platform does, it allows projects which want to prevent that to basically launch exclusively with us, but still adding the liquidity to say Uniswap or PancakeSwap, and launch with trading disabled. This way, our swap interacts with the liquidity pool, so the price moves as you'd expect normally. The first person to buy gets the cheapest price, and so on. We've launched some big projects. The biggest launch we did was Truki, which went to around about 5 million off launch, all volume through LaunchShield. We've done a few other launches which hit about 1 million too on the market cap pretty quickly from launch. But the main thing isn't about the market cap the launches hit. That just shows that the platform can handle volume. The main thing is being accessible for all projects, no matter the size. So we don't charge a lot for this service. We have 3 different options in terms of plans. So we let projects choose if they want to go with a fixed fee, $500 cost, or if they want to go with 0 upfront and just pay 2% on transactions for the first 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how long they leave LaunchShield active for, which means they can leave it active for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just enough time to get the core floor holder buyers in, or the community members who are buying manually. Ultimately, it helps to have the supply split across many more people rather than one person taking 10% without, just through multi-wallets. That's never healthy for any project's longevity, because at one point they're going to exit, and when they exit, they're exiting 10%. So it's much better that if they want 10%, they've got to buy on multiple different wallets at ever-increasing prices. It helps project sustainability at no end. So LaunchShield recently made a big, massive update. We've been making updates since we started. So we've got really cool features like the ability to buy a max transaction without having to input the token amount. We've got the ability that if you're trying to buy a max transaction and the price moves so much that your inputted amount is no longer going to be enough to succeed that transaction, then buy as many tokens as possible. We've got God mode on the standard swap, which means that if you want to just input 0.1 BNB, that's what you want to ape, but you want to make sure the transaction goes through, click God mode and it will go through, even regardless of price movement, or you can just set your slippage. The thing on launches is that there's a lot of price movement. So when you buy on PancakeSwap or Uniswap and you're forced to go down 49% max slippage, it often isn't enough. And if you're looking to buy a launch like tonight, for example, and you've got on ETH and you've got about 50 gas currently, then you're going to be spending $20 just on a attempted transaction that could fail. So it really does help secure your position, stop failed transactions for the investor too. And like I said, we've gone automated now. We've made loads of updates. So now if projects want to launch, we used to have to talk to us to go through the setup procedure. It used to be quite time consuming. And now they can just go to our website, click launch now, and within 3 minutes, they can set up a protection. And all they need in a contract is a whitelist feature. So yeah, it's something that's, not seen anything that works this well in the space, something I get super excited about every single day. We don't have a token, so we're only here to help people. We make a revenue of it, of course. But at this point, since August last year, we're not in profit yet. We've been investing a lot more than we made. But it's not about, short-term goals with us. We're very much about, continuing to graft and be here next year and the year after and so on. Ultimately, we want to be able to facilitate healthy launches really well on big scales during the next bull run. We currently support BSC and ETH. We're going to add other chains like ARB and others as well soon, but we want to get a bit more volume on the BSC and ETH before we do that. So hopefully that's giving you a little rundown. We've got a channel which I can just share quickly into the chat. Let me do that quickly. And then if you got any questions, guys, then feel free to fire them my way.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I have some questions because I used LaunchShield once and it actually worked out real well.
Great. Yeah,
made
perfect.
made some good money on it.
Good to hear. That's the intention. The intention is that a standard investor can buy manually on launch, not be at an immediate loss because they bought the top and make profit. That's the idea. So it's good to hear that you've used it firsthand yourself.
Yeah. So my question is, let's just say, well, for one thing, it's all up to the devs how fair they really want a project to be, right? So they could use LaunchShield, they could use a stealth launch, quote unquote, but they could always choose to leak things early or tell certain X group of people a contract early, which was what happened with Bunny AI. I feel like she was supposed to have shared it, with her NFT holders or whatever, and that's some confusion. Or other guys share it with their friends and family. So LaunchShield has, a timer that, let's say it starts countdown in 5 minutes, and if you share it before the LaunchShield starts, that everyone's going to be on an equal footing for whoever got that link, right? But sometimes they share it for a group of people before the timer starts, and then like a minute later, after it's already live on LaunchShield, they share it to everyone else. So to make it 100% fair, you want to share it to everybody or everyone that you're planning to before the timer even goes to zero. Maybe like even 5-10 seconds, so they can't set up some kind of bot or whatever, right? So my question is, let's say someone chooses to have a friends and family discount or get them in and decides to share it early with the X group of people, and then the whole, public group, maybe like a minute later. Does LaunchShield going to be also buying this, or are you guys, if they don't want you to, let's say they just want to share it with the private group and that's it, they don't want anyone else sniping it, is there anything to prevent LaunchShield yourself from knowing the link, or there's no real way?
Yeah, no, there is. I mean, it used to be that we had to manually create it all. Now it's all automatic. So, for example, like the only way for us to really get the link is us go through a database to go get it, right? We don't get notified, but there has to be some level of where the link's stored or where it works. So, yes, we can find the link, but that's with anything. We don't use it as like an insider trading platform for ourselves, for example, right? However, projects can now create the link themselves. They can do this within 2 minutes. Now, if they decide to share it with friends and family first, ultimately, that's down to them. However, we do have a solution that we're bringing out, which allows devs to be more transparent. We're working on this at the minute, actually, which is a Telegram bot. So this will allow project owners to set up a Telegram bot, input a kind of pair code to a Telegram bot, and this will set the bot up so it posts, say, 30 seconds before launch with all the launch info, right? So this means that everyone has a fair chance if they add the bot into the group. Now, some teams may not want to use the bot for that reason, but it'll be there. So as an investor, if you can see this bot is in the group, you can be a bit more confident that they're launching in a fairer way. Whereas if the bot's not in the group, you can ask them why. Do you know? So we're going to add this feature because, yes, people have been using it to buy 10 bags themselves before sharing a link. Now, we don't share the launches. So obviously, this only impacts people who are really searching around on Etherscan or deploy bots, for example, to see what's going on. We're not sharing to our community every single launch because we don't want we won't have our community share the launch, which we know is going to be insider traded, for example. So it just depends on the project, but what we offer a solution to stop bot snipers and multi-wallets. Basically, our solution stops anybody buying unless they have the link, which obviously makes it really easy for teams who want to secure the entry prices for themselves, for their friends. But when you see the LaunchShield URL, when you go onto a page, it will tell you launch 5 minutes ago. So if you see that, you're straight away thinking, hang on a minute, why is this 5 minutes old? So you have these alarm bells ringing yourself. We are going to make some more changes to the platform. So you can see the launch price, the current price and stuff like this soon, which will allow you to make better educated decisions on when you want to buy. And hopefully soon implementing a chart and transactions, almost like a DEX tools within the app. However, we just need to investigate that a little bit further, to be honest. But that's kind of like what we want to do to make it more transparent for people who then receive a link after.
Okay. And what's the maximum amount of time that it could be on LaunchShield before it could be bought normally?
Well, we recommend 5 to 15 minutes. However, it's down to the project owner for when they enable conventional trading. So when they enable trading on their contract, that's when it can be bought normally. We don't have control over that feature.
Okay. All right. So the way the LaunchShield works, what do I need to do for my token, for example, to be able to incorporate LaunchShield? Do I need to whitelist a certain address? Is there because the tokens that we have launched, when I launch, they just have a launch button. I just press the button, liquidity gets added, or you could actually add liquidity earlier, and it just won't be launched. Basically, actually, that's what it was. Yeah, I think we normally added liquidity manually, but nobody else could add liquidity, only the developer wallet. So even if they have tokens, they can't add liquidity.
Yeah.
And basically, once I press the launch button, that's when it actually enables trading for everyone. So if I had that kind of contract, how would I be able to incorporate LaunchShield? Would LaunchShield mostly just be almost like a token transfer mechanism? It's not really like a buying and selling type of thing, but the price is going up, right? So there has to be some kind of basically like the mechanics, the mechanism.
Yeah. So basically, our contract integrates with the Uniswap contract. By being whitelisted, it allows us to trade directly, and basically we middleman the trade in effect. That's an easy way to look at it. You transfer your funds to us, we do the buy, we transfer the funds back to you, and it's all done in one transaction. In answer to your question about can you use your contract, well, the key thing is, can you add liquidity before you start trading? Which you answered already. Yeah. Yes, you can. And the next key thing is, can you whitelist addresses so that they can trade whilst trading is disabled? And it sounds like you can. However, this is one of the key things with tokens. There's a lot of tokens out there, and they're being developed by different people. So if they're compatible or not, we don't really give advice on that so much because we can't talk for developers and how they're coded. What we're doing very soon is creating our own deployer bot. But before we do that, we're going to actually create a standardized contract for LaunchShield, which basically means that somebody can just copy and paste the contract code, know it's been audited already, and utilize it for themselves.
All right, awesome. So basically, As long as you could trade with whitelist only, and so trading is not enabled, but you could literally whitelist wallets, then you can make that happen. And then basically LaunchShield will be the one wallet that's whitelisted and that's trading. So it's almost like it's one wallet that's trading, but then it's gonna proxy and airdrop the tokens to everyone that's using the LaunchShield, right? That's kind of how it works.
Exactly. And because the maker is your address, when you're looking on Dex tools, it's not like one wallet's bought all these addresses, all these tokens. It's like your wallet's bought one max bag, their wallet's bought one max bag, and so on.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I don't know if you know, man, but we were actually working on a launch pad, like an actual launch pad ourselves, and we actually had internal discussions about even potentially using LaunchShield for the launch, or some LaunchShield type of launch when we actually launch projects on our launch pad. So we'll probably have some discussions about this later on.
Yeah,
but yeah,
sure.
we've been developing a launch pad for like, I don't know, probably like almost a year now.
Yeah, well, look, reach out. You know, we can be in touch and talk about progress and stuff like that. We're way up for helping people and, you know, collaborating and making the space a better, fairer, more transparent place. And it seems like our visions are aligned a little bit when it comes to that view anyway.
Yeah. Here's what I think, right? I don't really agree with the whole family and friends or sharing, or like stealth launches, and they're not really stealth, they never are, like sharing the contract early with your buddies or your family or your own wallets. And with LaunchShield, I guess it could be used the same way, like you just share it early with some people. But at the end of the day, it's still better than some random guy just sniping your contract and immediately dumping it after like 3 seconds on top of the actual buyers that want to buy your project, right?
Yeah,
so even if that's even worse. So even if people get in early, and some people get in early because they're preferred, it's almost like, family and friends discount. Or, those guys are most likely going to hold, and they're a lot more invested in your project than some rando that's just going to snipe with 10 Ethereum and sell it on the next block.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not great when people decide to insider trade it and friends and family it, but like you said rightly, however, it's all about knowing, if you see when that contract was dropped, when that address was dropped, there is no disputing that was shared early with someone else, right? So projects who generally use LaunchShield are projects who actually care and want a smoother launch. So regardless if they do the friends and family stuff, it's about transparency. Like if they're sharing the link early in the main chat, then great. But if a project seems good and they're getting some people in early to help support the project, which a lot of projects also want to do, they want to get a few influencers to buy cheap bags. They don't want to airdrop. Some projects don't want to do any airdrop, so this is kind of what they do as a solution. But it just really depends. I mean, I don't personally like the idea of using it for insider trading, but what I would say is that LaunchShield doesn't enable something that isn't out there already. The ability to have a contract shared early in a private group is always there.
So basically, if the devs or even you, if you share the link into your group, or the dev share in their group, and there's still time left before it even starts, then nobody could accuse anyone of sniping it, right? If everyone gets the link before it's active, then it doesn't matter if you got it 5 minutes early or 10 minutes early, you still got it before it could be traded, right? So that everyone's still going to be on equal ground, on equal footing to buy it as soon as it hits 0.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, awesome. So does anyone have any questions before we move on to the next project?
Hi, I just joined and I didn't hear everything, but I want to know when exactly it will be out.
It's live. It's been live since last
August.
Already. Yeah. But we got a channel. I'll post it into the chat. So if you take a look, I'm not sure is that right now. I'll just quickly reply to it. You can just join there and check it out. Join the lounge as well. So if you guys are looking to kind of participate in launches that are launching on LaunchShield, we have the LaunchShield main channel, which is mainly announcements and some bigger projects, more vetted projects. The lounge comes with some vetted projects that are launching every now and then. We don't really post a lot in there because we don't want to be creating the wrong culture where people are just in a lounge to buy quick and sell quick. But if you stay in there, you'll get insight into when launches are incoming, and there's a good community there too. So it'd be good to jump in there and say hi.
Sure, nice, thank you.
No worries.
I think there was some accusations, like, you know, with Elise about how you guys sniped her project or whatever. But the thing is, it was, you shared it before the timer was reached zero, right? Or right at.
What? Yeah, let me just, I'll clarify this as well, because it's not something I like to talk about too much when it comes to other people and how they manage things. But what I would say is the project launch was, there was many problems along the way that I helped with in terms of things like locking the tokens instead of liquidity, things like this, and unable to deploy. You know, what is whitelist? You know, what is whitelisting? We don't have whitelist. We don't have exempt fees. Many issues. You know, the contract was a forked contract, so it wasn't something she really understood.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, so I don't like talking about things like this publicly, but you know, I'll just say how it is. She thought that she would have 5 minutes to share it early, whereas my understanding was she can share the link 5 minutes early to her private investors, but I'm still sharing it early in your main chat. She made me admin to do that, but seemingly her wires were crossed, and there was a lot of stress towards the launch. She was selling NFTs last minute still to give them access to the link early still. So that's ultimately what happened. And, you know, I'd rather, you know, wish her well on the launches and stuff like that rather than spend too long dwelling on the past. But, you know, it did have a little bit of blowback. But no, we're about creating fairness, and we would categorically not shared it to our community had we known that only NFT holders would have 5 minutes privilege. Absolutely not. So it was, you know, not very clear from her side. She probably didn't understand what I meant completely, but didn't clarify it. And I probably assumed that she understood a bit more than what she did.
Yeah, that's definitely like the way you explain it, and that's the way I understood, and that's, you know, from the screenshots and everything. That's the way that I felt it was. It wasn't like you guys could magically, you know, snipe the contract 5 minutes before it went live, you know, and it was posted as soon as it went live. So it wasn't like some alpha group from LaunchShield were buying it up for like 2 minutes before.
One more thing. Let me clarify one thing. That launch did actually have one multi-wallet sniper in it as a result. However, let me just clarify a few things. This contract was deployed like 24 hours before launch. They whitelisted that contract many times before it went live, and also we made a pre-announcement on our channel. So there was quite a lot of preparing somebody had to bypass LaunchShield. I say that, fine. You know, the reason I say it so transparently is because that is what happened. However, that was only one. There was only one there, 10 wallets, and it didn't sell until way after the price had gone way below what everyone entered at. So it wasn't something which was malicious in terms of from LaunchShield side, but there was someone who managed to be smart enough to bypass the previous version of LaunchShield. And I say that we've made actually a big massive upgrade since then. We used to use an encryption key on each launch, the same one, and now every launch is completely unique.
But I'm just kind of curious how it would have happened, even if the contract was out, but nobody was able to buy except LaunchShield, right?
No. So basically, on the point that the LaunchShield timer is passed, somebody who looks at the blockchain previously on our previous contract could see the launch time, could see our swap address, could see the token address, and they could look at a previous launch and how it worked exactly. And with very enhanced knowledge, they could basically create their own bot to buy. That's what would have happened. So it wasn't like somebody was on the LaunchShield page. And I could see this by the amount of gas they use. They use a different amount of, not gas. Yeah, no, not gas, timer. So they had like a deadline, which is basically how long the transaction will pend for until it kind of rejects itself. You know, most like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. But we set it differently on LaunchShield, so we could tell who's kind of going via the app and who's not, and that was one of the things that we picked upon. So yeah, there was an issue on that launch. It wasn't detrimental to the launch for sure. And what I would say is the ideology of sharing a link 5 minutes with a private group before going live would never stay in that private group. So there was many issues. Our issue that we had a flaw, fine. We move on from it. We fix these things, and that's part of working and living in Web3 security. You can't expect that you'll never get someone bypass your stuff, but what you can expect is that the team is going to continue to develop and build upon it. And we're like Fort Knox now in comparison to where it was a few weeks ago because of the amount of stuff we've done, and not as a result of that launch. We was already lining up things. It's just hadn't got to that stage yet. So I have no concern about our security. Even saying that we had that issue, we just embrace our past issues and be transparent about it and say, hey, that happened. Yeah, cool. Won't happen again.
All right, perfect. So somebody just basically figured out how to get or they knew the actual contract. They knew the contract itself, so they figured out that okay, they probably read or figured out who was actually exempted, which was the LaunchShield link or the LaunchShield wallet for buying, and they probably backtracked it to the LaunchShield something, the contract.
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah.
I mean, these people are, this person, for example, they prepared their wallet a few hours before the launch, so they knew it was coming. It's one of these things, we saw it, it happened, and it's unfortunate, but this is the scenario with that launch. The launch was far from perfect, and it also had a bypass, which didn't help, but it didn't change the outcome of the launch because the wallets didn't even sell until the project had died.
Yeah, so that's not a real. That's kind of a very odd sniper, right? Especially if they're sniping and they're reading the chat and say, "Oh, someone sniped. You're gonna have to relaunch." If that was me, I would sell it, man. I would sell it right
Yeah,
away.
I don't know the whole ins and outs and why, but it did sell eventually. But who really knows? Perhaps it wasn't looking. I don't know. It's manual. At the end of the day, if you have a sniper bot, maybe they buy and sell. But yeah, that's really what happened there. But this is at the end of the day. You ride a bicycle, you fall over once, doesn't mean you're going to fall over next time, does it? And same with us. We have to accept where we went wrong, where we thought we had our holes plugged. But we are releasing a bounty program soon, which means that if you do actually find a bug or a bypass, you can report it to us and get paid for it instead.
I agree. I mean, we I don't want to take too much time, but we also had a project, our first token actually, where we had a gambling mechanism where if you buy, there's a lottery, and then someone ended up figuring out how to basically not snipe it, but how to hack it to where they would roll the number. Or they basically would have reverted transactions until their buy would actually roll the number that was needed. I caught it after 2 wins. So congratulations, they won $20, whatever it was. And we stopped it early. So there's a difference between, for example, something that, you could never catch and then just giving up or letting it wreck your project or basically doing what it takes to, nail it down, control the losses, control the damage and get it figured out and fix it and then move on. Right. And that's what you guys did, which is actually awesome. That's the kind of devs we need in this space.
Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Anyone has any questions before we move on to ADO Network? Any last minute questions, guys? If not, you can still ask in chat. But let's thanks Foliash from LaunchShield. We're definitely thinking of launching our second handicap with LaunchShield. That's why I was actually asking about the contract. What?
Hey, no problem. I'm not sure what happened there, but I heard somebody just start singing. So No problem at all. Good to be here and good to chat to you all anyway and tell you about the project. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah, stick around. I'm definitely in your group. I've been there, see if there's anything interesting. And yeah, if there's any good projects, man, feel free to even send them. Because we'd love to have AMAs with like good projects and really ask the questions. That's how we normally decide, if you want to invest heavily into a project or not. Is especially if they want to have an AMA with us. If not, then it's like I don't know the devs, so I don't really feel bad at selling the top. A lot of times it's almost like it's working against me. If it's a shit project, I make more money on it than actually a good project because I never sell the good project.
No, I know what you mean. Absolutely. Well, if you guys have any questions that you didn't ask or you think about later, tag me in the chat. Feel free to directly message me or jump into the LaunchShield lounge group. And probably here I'm in the car now, just heading to the gym. So I'm going to jump off in a few minutes. But good to talk to you guys and tell you all about LaunchShield.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Folyash, and anyone that's heard this. Feel free to join their Telegram, guys, and keep tabs on what's going on at LaunchShield. I did like it. It definitely was awesome, like using it for the first time. It was easy to use. I was able to get Max Wallet just by clicking the button, and it was awesome.
Brilliant. Good to hear a first-hand use case on your way, and we'll catch up later about your Launchpad.
Yeah, man. See you. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next we have Bogdan from ADO, and I believe this is the last project we could have because it's already been an hour. So, Bogdan, how's it going?
Hi, guys. Nice to be here again. Well, lots of work. Really lots of work. We finished the blockchain, the DEX, the swap. It's all live since the start of the year on our testnet. And now we're moving to the products we wanted to build first on ADO, but we didn't build this before because we didn't knew how to build it, what to do with the travel part. We knew from the start that we're having a large advantage and we can compete with big businesses in this industry, but we didn't know how to integrate it into the token. In December, we started talking with staff from BNB chain constantly, and during these talks, we realized that ADO right now it's a token that our holders just hold and wait for rewards and wait for the price to go up. That's bad for them. That's bad for us. We need trading. We need volume. We need people to move tokens every day. So we're preparing to have a new website. Probably we'll do a rebrand from ADO network to something else, something more. We'll probably change domain too because it's banned in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, I think because of the gambling part that was built inside the contract. We'll also launch a new contract. We'll do the same as we did before with airdropping old holders with the same amount of new tokens and keeping the same numbers. So, and we're preparing to bring forward the travel part with ADO Travel. The NFTs, there are 10,000 NFTs that will have discounts on any product on ADO Travel. And the ADO Earn platform that can allow people that were fortunate enough to buy an NFT or to mint an NFT or to get airdropped an NFT, to use these NFTs for by loaning them to other people that need them for a travel discount. It's still a lot of work. I think we'll be ready with this in 1-2 months. We want to push it at the end of March when we have our 1-year anniversary. And from tomorrow, actually from today, we started posting one hotel per day. You can come on Telegram and choose the hotel or choose the city, and we post a hotel per day where we price check against similar competition in crypto and also against big competition that is outside crypto. Don't want to name the competition, but I think if you look at the pictures, you'll find the website familiar and you realize where we price check against.
By the way, when are you guys doing the live launch? Not testnet, but live.
For the blockchain?
Yeah.
No, for me, a blockchain without transaction, it's a dead blockchain. It doesn't help anyone. For example, if someone tells you they have zero gas fee blockchain, I don't know how that blockchain will survive, how it will make money. I view the blockchain same as a business. If there is no gas fee or if there are no large number of transactions, no daily active users, how it will survive? How will you pay the validators from inflation?
Exactly. That's true. I mean, people seem to forget that there are thousands and thousands of cryptocurrencies since 2017 when Bitcoin kind of got public, where they had basically their own blockchains, and most of them were dead.
Listen, we build a blockchain to show people what we can do without these large budgets other projects ask before building anything. We also build it for ourselves to be able to test the nasty stuff we're going to build forward. The affiliates, they are there from day one. I haven't seen anywhere outside BSwap having affiliate in smart contracts. So blockchain for us was not out of this mind hard, or we haven't required such funds as $5-10 million to build one. If you want, I can show you a picture with a blockchain. It's five laptops. It's not something extraordinary.
So I guess people have a question here. The main question would be, aside from just using it in testnet, how would somebody, especially that's hearing this right now, like today, is there a way to invest into this, and how would they do it?
To invest into ADO?
Yeah.
Well, ADO is public from day one. I think it's one of the fewest projects where you are able to invest before venture capital or before seed rounds or private rounds. It went public and it's public from day one. Whatever we build from the day it started public until now or in the near future, it's all going to be related to the same ADO. It won't be a change of supply. It won't be a change of plans. If we change contract like we changed 6 months ago when we added the double pool, it will be the same numbers. For me, it doesn't matter if you invest now or you invest in 6 months. Sure, having money makes building stuff a lot easier. That's valid in any project or in any business. But we're going forward regardless of the price or the people that buy or the people that sell.
So can you explain a little bit how the investment works? Because you guys are not launched, you have testnet. So if somebody invests right now, are they going to get the same amount of tokens per dollar value like when you guys launch, or
when we launch our mainnet, it will be the same ADO you're purchasing now.
Okay, so it'll be the same price if people invested like say a month ago, or investing now, or let's say investing a month later, they would be getting the same price because you're not really traded, right? ADO's not being traded live; it's just testnet. So would you still be getting the same price?
You're mistaken, Boria. When we first did our ADO was live for 6 months. So ADO is trading right now. Just the people don't sell it.
Oh no, I'm talking about the blockchain.
The blockchain will be on the same token.
Oh, okay. So basically, investing right now, the way to invest is just to buy the ADO that's currently running.
Exactly. So the blockchain will run on the same token. We have a part of like 50 million tokens, or maybe we move to 100 million if needed. That will be separated from to be used on our own blockchain to make the bridge and everything else that's needed. But it wouldn't be another token or another coin or an inflation of supply. It's the same supply we started. If you want to get in early, it's still early. It will probably still be early next year because the blockchain is the last build we want to build. We want to make public. I want a mainnet that can compete with top blockchains out there and mainly in daily active users and number of transactions.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was confused about. So to clear it up, basically, if you want to invest into ADO and the blockchain, you could just buy the ADO.network token on the BSC, which has been live. So that one will be eventually transferred over to the blockchain, right?
Exactly. For the foreseeable future, we want a bridge with Ethereum. And after that, it's going to be our own blockchain. But like I said, the measure of a blockchain for me, it's daily active users and transaction. Right now, I think even if people say BNB chain is the most centralized blockchain or whatever they say about it, it's one of the best blockchains in terms of builds, daily active users, and number of transactions. It's kind of the model we imported ourselves, and the build that is coming, the new products that are coming on BNB chain, I expect them to get BNB chain from 8,000 daily users up to 1 million or maybe more daily users only from ADO, from these 3 new products that we're bringing. When you build something like this, then it's easier to make the blockchain live, to start it on mainnet and just move the builds there or have the builds also on your own blockchain. Because when you have a big number of transactions, people pay gas fee, you're having revenue. It means you can sustain the blockchain from the gas fee alone.
Exactly. That's what's needed. That's what, like you said, you can't have a gasless system because what do you think credit cards charge for transaction? Credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard. It's not free. All these servers, all these computers, there's millions of dollars that needs to be spent a month. Same thing with these AI bots, like these Telegram bots using these APIs. You need to have servers. You can't just build an AI bot for free. Even if you're using existing code, existing APIs, servers, that costs money every month.
If a crypto project doesn't have a revenue stream to get liquidity, to build community and get liquidity, and the revenue stream, it's never selling tokens or coins. That's out of the question. That's not a revenue stream because tokens, you'll be left without tokens. So if any project out there, like any business, doesn't have a revenue stream, it means you're just the liquidity and it's going to end at some time.
That's actually a very good way of looking at it.
It means that people that invest, you're the product. If they don't have a product, you're the product. It's simple as that.
Yeah, and that's how most of these tokens in the space are. It's all based on, let's see how high we could get it before the momentum stops and then the devs start selling all their tokens on the on the investors, and if someone who doesn't get out early enough, they're the ones to become the losers.
Sure, it depends on what everyone wants from their project. Making a project that will die is a lot easier than making a project that will last. Because, for example, if I made a rug tomorrow, I can promise you the moon, and we can do all kind of crazy stuff. If I want to build a business, if I want to, let's say, get top 100, top 10 with my project, I can promise you some crazy things I'll never be able to do.
Yep, exactly. All right, guys. Anyone has anything? Any inputs? Any questions? By the way, Bogdan, I would like to encourage you. If you guys have any updates on ADO, any developments, you could just DM me, and I'll post it into our channel. Because we always post if devs send us messages or updates or posts, anything, any kind of update, I always post it into our Campbell's channel for free. Like, we don't have to pay for any extra promotions or anything like that.
I know. Actually, it's been so much work since we had our AMA with you. I think right after the AMA, we started working on the blockchain, and it was like end of summer or September or something like that. I think September, because we were on our new version and we started working on the blockchain, and it was ready instead of November, it was ready in early January. We had some surprises there, and right after we finished blockchain, we started working on the travel part and the NFTs part, because in the meantime, we figured out how to build this, how to not limit people only with the NFTs, buy products from ADO Travel. So we figure out that we need the earn platform, where if you have NFT, you have it upgraded, you can just place it at kind of a staking on the earn platform, and people can just come there, loan it for 1 hour, make an order on ADO Travel, and everybody makes more money.
Yep, perfect. And we would like to actually know more about those NFTs and the travel and all of that. And honestly, we probably overdue for another updated AMA, I think.
Yeah, we'll do that, because right now we're trying to come up with a new website. We tried working with someone at advertising. He said you first need to change the website. We had another look at it, and he's right. We need to change the website. Basically, you don't know what you're getting once you land on our website. I admit web design is not our strong point. It never was. So we'll probably try to come with a new website design. Probably change the domain too, because like I said, we're blocked on Dubai, and it's an important market for us. Also Saudi Arabia. The lottery parts are going to be gone from the project. We replace the lotteries with BNB rewards. And we'll also work on the white paper, because we have to describe exactly what each of these products does, how you can mint them. What I could tell you right now is that you must not miss an NFT from ADO Travel. Whatever money you invest into it, you're probably going to get back in just a few months, and you're probably going to get that money back without selling the NFT. That's something you can't find anywhere in the space, because people invest in an NFT with the principle that they will sell it higher. When you see what we're building, what prices we have on travels, on hotels, on our deals, you'll never want to sell your NFTs. Nobody wants to sell their NFT because they're making money with it. You can imagine where the price will go for it.
Okay, let me see here. So yeah, so the NFTs is definitely something that I'm actually interested in, and how that would work. So I think it's definitely something you could discuss and you could present to us, because I would be down to buy some NFTs. Man,
I'd love to come as soon as we manage to finish a bit more of what we're working.
Website, yeah, no problem. Of course, seems like the
For
market
now-
right now is finally showing some moves of some movement. So it's definitely more exciting than it was 3-4 months ago. So I think it's a good time to start looking again and investing. And
For us, the market was never a problem because we have the double pool and we haven't touched the BUCD pool, so we haven't done any switch. Even if there was opportunities to switch from BUCD to BNB at 220, 230, there is just too much work to stay focused on also what the market does. So we're waiting to finish this work, and after we finish the work, sure, we'll start using the double pool also for gain more traction and to gain in price.
okay, thank you. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Five, four, three, two, one. Anyone? But yeah, definitely ADO network is one to keep an eye on. And Bogdan, if you want to say anything, any last?
Just check the prices. On Twitter from today, we started selecting one hotel each day and comparing our prices with the competition. And we're talking big competition. I think if you take a look at that picture, you will figure out who's
So
the
I could book
competition.
hotels with you guys for cheaper than like using Expedia or other travel agencies
Yes.
or websites.
Yes. You do sometimes the difference it's only 10, 15 euros. Other times it's 100 or even more. For example, last time I was in Paris in October. I had a price 300 euros lower than booking.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just check the prices. Come to our
Yeah, I'll
channel.
check it out.
You can select the hotel where we price check. It's better if the community selects the city or the hotel and we do the price check on their selection instead of just leaving us look for the hotel. Because if you're leaving us looking for a hotel, of course, we're going to try to see where we are a lot cheaper than the competition. But if you are doing the selection yourself, and that's random. And we're going to be doing this daily on Twitter. Selection is going to be done on Telegram. The posting of the prices will be done on Twitter. We're going to be showing the price for one hotel per day until the travel platform is ready. So 1 month, 2 months, we're going to post the hotel daily.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Can you post the Twitter in chat just so everyone could go?
Yeah. I'll post the one I posted tonight right now.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Okay, is there any by the way, Bogdan, thanks for coming, and keep tabs over here in Anti-Ruggers United. We definitely love to have the developers around to give us updates and stuff, because it's really hard to when you're holding lots of tokens. Like, I don't have time to go and live in almost every single Telegram, so sometimes it almost bites you in the ass when tokens are relaunching or rebranding and doing V3, and I never submitted my tokens because I didn't know about the relaunch because I'm not keeping track of things. So it's definitely a lot easier.
It's always a pleasure to be here in ARU, and when we change contracts, there is nothing for the holders to do. You just need to add a new contract whenever you are ready, but the tokens are already airdropped there by the team. So on this part, it's no hassle from our part. We will do just like we did 6 months ago when we moved from first contract to the second one. But definitely keep your eyes on Twitter and on the hotel prices. The prices we have are crazy on some hotels.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out because I'm actually looking to book go on vacation somewhere. So I'll definitely check it out. Thanks again.
Thanks and have a great evening. Bye, guys.
I see you, man. Yeah, take care. Is there any other devs in here that really want to do a quick, 3 to 5 minute presentation or anything? Because it's been already an hour and a half, so it's been a while. I'm gonna try to end it soon.
Well, I would like to say thank you so much for hosting me last minute and for hosting this night. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. Yeah, drop. I see you dropped it in there. Drop the TG. We'll definitely check it out. And if you guys want like more of a full-on AMA, then for sure reach out to us. This is just for for fun. Talk about anything you want, like more casual, more relaxed type of atmosphere. So definitely, like I feel like that Pugsy Malone, especially with Neil Diamond Hands doing the NFTs, it actually looks pretty good.
Thank you, man.
Hey, Bora, how you doing? Oh, you can go, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. How's it going, Bassett?
It's going good, man. Was wondering, is this just open mic that anyone can just show up and present?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a shot?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we'll do a couple minutes. We're trying to cut it, trying to finish it up, wrap it up. So yeah, we'll you can talk right now, and the next 10 minutes we'll probably close out the voice chat.
Okay. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night, you all. My name is Bassett, founder of Zahnymous. If you click on my Telegram bio, you'll actually see the website. It's kind of a hard name, Zahnymous is, but if you want to check out the website, it's ZAHNYMOUS.io. But before I go into kind of what we do here, which is decentralizing crypto spending, I'd like to introduce you all to a problem. Because every successful business or even every successful project should solve a problem. And the problem we solve is centralized crypto spending. It's if you ask the typical person how they use their cryptocurrency every single day, they're going to tell you, well, I go from my wallet, I then move it onto the exchange, sell it on the exchange for fiat, and then move the funds to my bank account. A really long, drawn-out process that crypto was actually created to fix, to actually have a solution for that. So if the problem is kind of going that typical route, if the problem is centralized crypto spending, what must be the solution? Well, over the past year, I started this project. I am the founder, October 30th, 2021. And the solution is us. It's our decentralized application without having to go that centralized route to use your cryptocurrency that you own, your assets. You can go to the Zahnymous.io website, plug in a decentralized wallet, and spend in almost 100 countries with really no barrier to entry. That's just a really quick pitch if you all wanted.
Yeah. So if you guys want a way to take crypto out and use it in real life, that's one of the ways to go. Was that I don't know why you guys picked that name. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, so the origin of the name, man, really originates. So at first, it was supposed to be like ZA is like anonymity. ZA allows for anonymous transacting. So we actually took the word ZA because where I'm from, ZA is like exotic. ZA means something that's like, like kind of exotic, like special. And we took a word that I grew up with, ZA, and then kind of added the anonymous word together. So it's pronounced Zahnymous.
Okay, awesome. Does anyone have any questions, guys, for Bassett? By the way, how do I say your name?
It's Bassett.
Bassett? Okay, Bassett.
Yeah.
Speaking of the devil, though, how does your buddy doing with that trading? You know, like we spoke about last time.
I know, man. No, he hasn't repeated. I mean, dude, those are like once in a lifetime. I mean, he's still a really good trader, and I can, share with you still some positions. But I mean, dude, that was just, again, world record stuff. Honestly, crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, you find an edge and just run with it. Just on a hot streak, you're in your zone, you're in your flow, and you're just absolutely killing it. I hope you had time to look at each trade too. I know there was a lot that week. There was 40, but you could go back and see and put on gold and look at each time he entered. I mean, dude, just the precision, the accuracy, the balls. Honestly, the balls to trade like that.
Was it entry times or is it exit in the screen recording? Because that's the part that I don't. It might have been exit times because those show profits. Like basically the closeout trades. So I feel like it might just be exit time. So then that way it won't really be useful. So no way of really knowing when it was entered.
Well, actually, no, you do have a point. It is exit times, but it also shows like the price that was entered, right? So if you're buying, it'll show like 18.21 and then like 18.27, which would be like 60 pips, right? So you can see kind of like in a time, like sort of like you're right that it is the exit, but you can definitely see where he entered on price as well. I mean, just nasty, honestly, very nasty. But yeah, if you all are interested in the ZA project, I gave just a real quick rundown, just a pitch that I've practiced over and over again. If you all are hungry and want to learn more about what we're doing, we're having a lot of future developments. We're adding even more gift card catalogs as well. We're going to have thousands of brands in 100+ countries where users truly can transact freely by just connecting a wallet. The idea of our business is to really simplify crypto application and crypto spending for all. The main vision of the business, our financial tech company, is how do I take value that's in your wallet and then give you something tangible within seconds, like this phone that I'm talking on right now. That's really the basis of the business, is we exchange value from one place to another.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been using I have been using some of the websites, I think, like a bit refill to take money out. So this is another alternative, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on it. And I feel like it's easier to use in Bitrefill because you don't have to go to a centralized exchange and take your BNB, convert it to some other, like Litecoin or Bitcoin and send it over. You can just do directly, right, with BNB, BSC.
Yeah, we have BNB, we have BUSD, USDT. We also have ZA, our own native token as well. And yeah, again, transacting is really simple. You can take your wallet that has the value and be able to have spendable cash within seconds.
Yeah, awesome. So there you go, guys. If you guys want to, take crypto out, or if you have some earnings, you want to cash out, that's one way of doing it without having to go to a bank through a centralized exchange. And does anyone have any questions before we close it out? All right, awesome. Yeah, that was fun. I think our first open mic night was a success. I guess we don't have time, no time to talk about trading or mostly just talked about projects today. So that's good though. There's a lot of projects that we didn't know about that we learned a little bit about today. So I think it was a good success, and next time it'll be even better. So thanks everyone for coming, and see you guys next time.
See ya.